Hi friends. Welcome to the channel. This is an octopus. This is an octopus. He's got 8 arms. He's got suckers all over his arms. They help him to grip things, and they also help him to taste things. You know, those plants with the stinging cells. Clownfish can swim in and out of the stinging cells without getting hurt. It's got 10 legs, 2 of which are special walking legs. With them, it can walk sideways really fast. This one's covered in shells, but that's just for protection. It can open up its shell and scoot out of the way if it feels threatened. He's got flippers to help him swim. That red thing is a lobster. It's got a hard shell and lots of legs. Lobsters live on the seafloor, and that means they eat dead animals. People sometimes eat lobsters, too. If it catches us, it might eat us. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye. Never fear, it's only a cartoon shark. It's not real. Snorkeling's a lot of fun. You can look at fish through a special mask. You'd need to have gills to breathe underwater, though, unless you're a fish. If you had gills, you could breathe underwater and you wouldn't need a snorkel. That fish over there has got gills. Look, you can see them. These are the external gills of a goldfish. Goldfish live in ponds and lakes. They're cold-blooded, which means they can't control their own body temperature. That's why they live in water. It keeps them cool. When a goldfish breathes underwater, oxygen goes into its gills and carbon dioxide comes out. That's just like us. But us humans need air to breathe. We can't breathe underwater. They're often boiled alive, which sounds cruel. This thing's got 10 legs, 2 of which are claws. Can you imagine having 2 giant metal claws? That would come in handy in a fight, wouldn't it? Lobsters often fight each other by swinging their claws. They can break another lobster's claw off, then eat the bits. Yummy. Sometimes, they lose one of their own claws in a fight. But luckily for them, claws grow back. When it wants to, it can close its shell up again and live inside it. That's nice and safe. Moray eels live in coral reef, and they hunt fish. Dolphins are mammals, which means they give birth to babies, and they feed their young with milk. There are lots of different kinds of dolphin. The killer whale is the largest. It's not actually a whale, though, can grow to be about 30 feet long. That's longer than a double-decker bus. And they can weigh more than 6 tons. That's heavier than a fully grown elephant. Killer whales eat about 1,000 pounds of fish every day. Yikes, I'm exhausted now. Let's go swimming with some seals. Seals have flippers instead of hands and feet. They can swim really well, but they can't walk very well. If you saw a seal waddling on land, it would look pretty funny. Seals live on land, but they spend lots of time in the water catching fish. Meow. They wait until a fish swims past, then they dart out and gobble it up. They slither around in the water like this. Moray eels can't move backwards. They can only wriggle forwards. Their bodies are too stiff for backwards movement. This one's hiding in a rock crevice, but you can only see the front of it. If you saw the rest of its body, it would look like this. Wow. But what's inside this thing? Oh, that's a hermit crab. It's kind of like a crab that lives inside a shell. Hermit crabs use empty snail shells for homes. They tuck their bodies inside when they feel scared. And they scuttle sideways, using their 8 legs. At first, hermit crabs live in shells that are small compared to their bodies, but as they grow, they change into bigger and bigger shells. And when they finally stop growing, they find a really big shell to live in. When they're babies, they're not safe inside anemones, though, so they hide among the rocks and coral until they're bigger. They can be found in lots of different oceans. Most are gray, but some are spotted, striped, or speckled. What sea creature am I? Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. What sea creature am I? This is a seahorse. Seahorses are masters of disguise. They can change color to match the seaweed or coral around them, and they're really good at camouflage. Take this brown seahorse. It blends in perfectly with the brown seaweed, and this green one's hard to spot among the green algae. Seahorses have no teeth, so they suck up their food. They wrap their tails around seagrass or coral and use their suction power to suck up small fish and plankton. Male seahorses have a pouch on their bellies. Females lay their eggs in it. Then the male seahorse gives birth. How weird is that? They've got flattened bodies like sea pancakes, and they move around by flapping their wings. Look, a stingray's tail has a stinger on the end. If something comes too close, the stingray can flick its tail and stab it. Jellyfish are made up of stinging cells. So if you get stung by one, it's a bit like being stabbed by thousands of tiny needles. Ouch. A stingray's skin is very rough, but that's because it's covered with tiny scales. All fish are covered in scales. And a shark's skin is very rough too. You can't stroke a shark though, because its skin is very prickly. It's covered in tiny teeth. You see, sharks are always growing new teeth. As soon as a tooth falls out, another tooth moves forward and takes its place. Clownfish eat algae and small fish. Larger fish tend to stay away from clownfish because they taste bad. That's probably why you never see them. In sushi restaurants, clownfish are hermaphroditic, which means each clownfish has both male and female sex organs. Now, this doesn't mean they have two of everything. They just start off life as males and turn into females when they get older. A female clownfish lays about 100 eggs every month. She looks after them with her mate until they hatch. Can you grab that crab? Oh yes, he can. He's actually quite smart. See? Can open jars and even unscrew the tops of bottles. That's pretty good. And when he finds some food, he uses his arms to take it into his mouth. It's got no bones, so it can squeeze through very small spaces. That's handy. And if he feels threatened, he can squirt ink into the water to confuse the danger. Then he swims away with his 8 arms trailing behind him. So, there are loads of different kinds of octopus. Some are small, some are huge. But which one do you think is the biggest? This guy or this guy? Which one?
Come on.
Well, this one's not bad. He's around 30 feet long, but this one's even bigger. Wait till we tell you how big. The giant Pacific octopus is the largest species of octopus. It can grow to be 30 feet long, almost as big as a school bus. Wow! And it can weigh more than 600 pounds. That's heavier than a walrus. These are the blue-ringed octopus. Blue-ringed octopus. Blue-ringed octopus. They may look pretty, but don't go near them. They're one of the most venomous creatures in the world. Their bite is like being stung by 12 bees at once. And their venom is so strong that there's no anti-venom for it. Just one of these tiny little creatures can kill 260 people. Yikes. Next, let's meet the clownfish. There's lots of them sold together. They live in anemones. There are lots of crabs scuttering along the ocean floor. And here's a crab that can walk sideways. It's called a sidewalker crab. Now we'll meet some stingrays. Stingrays live on the bottom of the sea. Let's play a game. Guess the sea creature. Oh, okay. First, here's a jellyfish. Now, take a look at this one. Time for a diving adventure. Here's a diver. He's wearing a breathing mask so that he can breathe underwater, says a moray eel. It's got a long body and lots of sharp teeth. Now it's time to learn about dolphins. Are going snorkeling now. A shark's coming towards us. It's got sharp teeth and it's hungry. You've been great today. Thanks for watching.